Hey guys, Courtney here with some copywriting, business, and life advice for rebels with a cause. I am smiling about this week's video because I'm going to talk to you about the 5 most important elements to have on all of your sales pages. If you don't know by now, I love sales pages. I find them to be the most exciting piece of copy that you'll ever create for your business. And if you don't know that, let me tell you a little bit about why I love sales pages so much. Okay, so when I started out in the copywriting business in this industry, I actually didn't really write a lot of sales pages. I was working on helping people with their about pages and maybe their blogs and their maybe a little bit work with me pages, stuff like that. But what I found is that what women need the most help with is not all that sort of periphery stuff like the about page, which can be really important, but we tend to be avoiding that sales aspect, that moment, that make or break moment when someone is deciding yes or no whether or not they want to work with you. And so it can be very, very scary and very vulnerable to send people to a page asking for their money in return of something that you've created. It brings up all of your stuff, right? All of your blocks, all of your fears, all that kind of stuff. So while I do think that about pages and blogs and all of that is really important, I think that sales pages are where all of the excitement is at. It's also where all of the money is at. That's where you're making your money. And I do think, just to let you know, sales pages and work with me pages, basically the same thing. A work with me page is usually where you're outlining your services or your one-on-one offers, and a sales page is going to be more of a product. However, I believe in turning your services into packages that are more like products. So I hope that even if you have a work with me page and not a sales page, you will listen to the 5 essential elements that you need, because these apply no matter what it is that you are creating. Okay, so let's go over the 5 things. The first element you have to have on every single sales page that you create is a really exciting grabber, something that pulls someone in to the page, because they land on that page and they're like, okay, what is this about? So you have to do this. It's the most important part. In fact, I'm reading this great book called Great Leads, go figure, and I'll put the link to the book below. But basically, this book focuses on just this part of sales copy, which is that first 20%. And they say that 80% of buying decisions are made based on that first 20% of copy. So that is going to be the most important part of your copy. You're going to want to pay attention to that. And I do recommend getting that book if you'd like to learn more. I also have a resource for this called How to Create a Catchy Sales Page Headline, which is a cheat sheet that you can create by, I'll get the link to you below, but you can also find our free resources page and get it that way as well. So that'll help you a lot. The second thing that every sales page is going to need is a show and tell of what the product or service is. You've got to illustrate it for people. You've got to show them what's the experience going to be like of working with you. You can't just tell them, you can't just give them a couple of bullet points and say, okay, that's going to be good. You have got to make it a whole experience. It's got to be super exciting and clear, and they have to be able to visualize the experience in their mind's eye as they're reading your page. Graphics and design can help you a lot here, but the copy also has to be very visual, and you don't want to give away your secrets, right? You don't want to outline like the exact how. You don't want to teach people anything on the sales page. What you want to do is outline the benefits and the results that they're going to receive and achieve by using this offer, this product, or this service, and then they're like, oh, I want that result. That's how I'm going to get it. So you basically tell them the delivery method. Is it an ebook or a video course or what? And the benefit of that piece, but you're not going to tell them the content that you're going to teach in the course or the product or the service, because that's what buying the product or service is for. So that's a mistake I see people making sometimes. Okay, the third element that you absolutely need to have on your sales page is, and you might resist this, photos of you. So you can probably tell that I've got photos of me all over my website. I'm in this video, which lets you see how I'm really like in person a little bit. I've got photos in the header, I've got photos on every page, and definitely photos of me, at least one, on all of my sales pages. So you do want to have those photos of you, especially and essentially if you are the face of your business. But if you're not the face of your business, you still want photos because the photos are supposed to be showing someone the experience. So let's say that you sell widgets. You shouldn't be showing pictures of the widgets. You should be showing pictures of people getting the results or the experience of what the widget is going to give them. So just make sure that there's people in your photos. If not you, if you're the face of your business, you need to be in your photos. And also like photos in your testimonials, which we're going to get to in a second. But you've got to have those photos on your business. Get some professional ones taken. It doesn't have to be super expensive. Okay, so the next thing before we get to those testimonials is you need to have number four, a call to action. A lot of people forget about this, but really the entire sales page, the whole point of it is to get people to click on a button so that they can take the action that you want them to take. Now, for a service, this might be filling out an application form. I have a whole video on that. I'll link that below as well. For a product, it's probably gonna be the button where they go to make their payment. So you definitely need to think about what this call to action is gonna be because it's the whole purpose of the sales page. So you've gotta have that call to action on there. One call to action only, no more than that. Do not link people off in a million different directions. They need to be doing one thing. Okay, now, as I've told you, foreshadowed a little bit, the fifth thing you absolutely have to have on every sales page is testimonials. Now, I realize this can be a bit of a catch-22 if you're just getting started. Well, I have to have testimonials because no one knows who I am, but I don't have any testimonials because I've never worked with anybody before. You can get testimonials no matter what. You can get them from past colleagues, even from different industries. You can get them from your mentors. You can get them from clients and customers. If you don't have any, why don't you work with a couple people for free and get some of those testimonials so that you can plop them on your site? Great idea. It's exactly what I did to start my business. So don't use the excuse that you're just getting started and you don't have anything. You can totally overcome that. You have to have testimonials on your page, and images and headshots of people are really helpful if you can get those from people. So those are the 5 elements that you need on every page. Let's go over them one more time. I'm going to look at my notes just so I don't forget any of them. Number 1, a great opening, a great lead, a great grabber. You've got to pull people into the page. The number 2 thing that you need to have is a show and tell of your offer. Show them what the experience is going to look like and what the benefits are going to be of that experience. What are they going to get out of it? Number 3, photos of you. Yes. You need to get some photos taken and get those photos on your site. I know that you know what you look like, but the people landing on your website, they might have seen a picture of you before, but you need to show up. You need to show up in some way on every page that you have, especially sales pages. Okay, number 4, remember, is going to be that call to action. So please don't let that fall by the wayside and be a last minute thought. It's the entire purpose of your sales page. I know it's a little button, but it's literally the most important thing on the page, or else everything else is for naught. And then number 5 is you need to have testimonials. You've got to show people have worked with you or know you and that they can attest to the fact that you're the real deal and you are capable of producing the results that you're promising on your page. I hope you absolutely loved this video. I also hope that if you really loved it, that you'll share it on Facebook and Twitter with all of your friends. And either way, I will see you next week. Have a great week.